Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mullet Joe back here with another tale from the mullet. And today we're going to be talking about a little incident that happened when I think I just turned 21. And this one involves a little bit of alcohol, like a liter of Old Forester that I pretty much drink all by myself. Anyway, we was all out, me and all my friends. We were out clubbing one night. Back in the day, we would go out. We'd stay out till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then get up at 6 and go to work. Well, this night, no different than any other. We out and we just tearing up the town. And we used to live right next door to a grocery store here in Creola, Alabama. Back then, it was called Platt's, and there was a house next door. And me and my mom, my brother and sister, stepdad, that's where we all lived. Anyway, uh, it's no longer Platt's. Now it's called Creola Grocery Mart, which, if my buddy from up there is watching this, hey man, shout out to you. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, man. Don't cost a dime. Don't cost a dime. Anyway, not getting sidetracked here. So, yeah, we was out partying all night, and I got back home, and honestly, I couldn't tell you what time it was. I just know it was late. It was probably anywhere between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning, and like I was completely inebriated to the point that I couldn't talk, could barely walk. And anyway, so I get home, and I don't know about if any of y'all have ever done it when you drink, but when I would go out and drink, like I wouldn't eat nothing until I was done, because once I eat, I'm gone to bed. So, like I said, out drinking all night, I come in, I'm starving. I'm starving to death. So the first thing I start doing is looking for what Mama cooked, and I could smell something in the house. Smell good, man. It smelled good. Uh, so anyway, I go over, and she had a pot sitting on the stove, and I pulled the top off of it and looked in it, man, and oh, it looked good. Oh God, it looked. I mean, man, I looking at it when I opened it, I felt like I could have ate the whole pot, which I think I pretty much did eat the whole pot. Anyway, yeah, so I start heating this stuff up, and I get it all heated up, and as I'm heating it up, Mama comes in the kitchen. She's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm fixing me something to eat. I am starving. And the next day, she was going to tell me that she told me 3 or 4 times, but me being, knee deep in a liter of Old Forester, I, I I couldn't comprehend what she was saying. All I could think about was this food. Oh man, it was good. If any of y'all ever had them drunk munchies, you know what I'm talking about. Stuff looks good. Anyway, so I'm heating this up on the stove, right? Get everything going good. I grab me a plate, man. I fill my plate up with this stuff, and it was spaghetti, but it had a couple other things in it. So I was like, man, she really dressed this stuff up, man. We got some potatoes in here. I think they were crinkle cut French fries. Had some beans in it. I mean, just other stuff. So I mean, I'm like, ooh, I got the potluck going on. I'm fixing to chow down. Anyway, so I heat it up, man, and I get over there at the kitchen table, and I put me some salt and pepper. And back then I ate ketchup on everything, so I'm pretty sure I doused it in ketchup and mixed it up, man. And I'm just scarfing down. I go back for seconds, and man, literally, I believe I demolished this pot. Okay, so well, I get through eating. First thing I do, go take me a shower and I go to bed. because I'm gonna be getting up and go to work here in a little bit. And so I do all that, get in the bed, and no sooner than I fall asleep, man, I wake up and I am sick feeling. I mean, it was unlike any kind of drunk sick I've ever felt. Man, it was, I mean, I started sweating. I was just like, oh. So I went in the bathroom, man, and long story short, I wound up sleeping with my head on the toilet that night because I could not stop throwing up. And I threw up all the next day too, man. I was sick. I was like, man, I ain't never had no hangover do me like this. Ever, man, because I hardly used to ever get hangovers when I was a young man. So, yeah, I'm sick, and literally I'm in there and I'm just got the toilet seat down, and I just got my head and I'm just staying there because there's no point in me going back to my room, because no sooner than I make it to my room, I'm having to puke. So that goes on pretty much, that whole day. Well, and extended into the next day, and into the next day. I was sick for 3 days. So it come to find out, Mama's over. What Mama was telling me that night that I couldn't comprehend what she was telling me is she was saying, don't eat that. I am throwing it out for the dog. Yeah. Yeah. But the night I was drunk, all I could hear was, let me know if you like it. And I'm like, I already like it. I ain't got to taste it, Mama. I know I like it. But no, she's steadily telling me, do not eat that. Do not eat that stuff. That is scraps, and we are throwing it to the dog. So, that immediately answered my question as to why it was crinkle cut French fries, peas. I think it might have been a little bit of chili and some hot dogs, some cornbread. I don't know what all was in it. And I ate pretty much that whole pan. And when I woke up sick, that wasn't nothing to do with the alcohol. I got food poisoning. If you ain't ever had food poisoning, woo, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I was sick. And like I said in the beginning of the story, we lived in a house next door to the local grocery store in Creola, and at the time it was called Platt's. And my mom worked there, and so Mama knew everybody in this town. I mean, she still does, but she knew everybody back then because she worked there. I mean, she knew everybody, and I start going in these stores, my regular stores, getting gas, or going in McDonald's or somewhere and get me a hamburger. And I mean, everybody is just looking at me when I go in these places, and I can tell they kind of snickering under their breath. Well, then one person finally was like, how was them dog scraps? I was like, oh shit. Mama knows everybody. And Mama told everybody. That was one I never lived down. They still, people, when they see me, they like, hey man, dog gotta eat too. And yeah. That's a true story too. That's a true story. I done that. I seen me do it. But I guarantee you one thing, you won't ever catch me doing nothing like that again. Buddy. That's as sick as I ever been. I was throwing up toenails that night, buddy. I don't know. I thought maybe y'all get a little kick out of that. I'm tired. I've been working all day, and I just, got home. Been soaking wet. It's pouring down rain down here. But I promised I'm gonna upload a video, and when I say it, I'm gonna do it, Like I said, I don't care if I got 1 fan, 2 fans, or 3 fans. If there's 3 fans, y'all gonna get the stories. As long as y'all like them and want them, I'm gonna give them. I mean, hell, this is therapy for me. Sit out here and talk. I mean, if I wasn't talking to y'all, I'd probably be sitting here talking to myself. But anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight, and I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna upload something else tomorrow too. I got another story for y'all, uh, and y'all just you know, tell me what you think down in the comments, man. I just want to know. I mean, like I said, I've had people tell me that I should tell these stories, and that other people may get a kick out of them, man. And that's the only reason I'm doing it, man. Because if I can make another person's day better by making them laugh, man, that's what it's all about. We on this earth to help each other. I mean, and everybody needs to realize that, man. All this fussing and everybody separated, man. We need to get over that. We all here together, every one of us. Ain't none of us getting out alive. So we might as well make our time the best it can be while we on this earth. Anyway, like I said, you know, if you like it, slap that like button. If you don't, slap that dislike button. Be honest with me, and subscribe. It don't cost a thing, man. Don't cost a buck. All you got to do is hit the button. Anyway, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. This is Mullet Joe out.